First up on Focus at 4, it is what everybody is talking about and has been talking about for the past several months of the campaigns. After months of deliberation, Vice President Joe Biden finally made up his mind about whether or not to run for president.
That's right. The vice president was joined by his wife and the president, Barack Obama, in the Rose Garden this morning when he made the announcement.
Unfortunately, I believe we're out of time, the time necessary to mount a winning campaign for the nomination.
That's right. Joe Biden has officially announced that he is not running for president. After considering a run for many months, he apparently decided that the loss of his son was just too much for him and maybe for his family to overcome.
Now, although he will not be running, Biden stated at that news conference that he will not remain silent on the campaign. During the speech, he did take a couple of shots at Hillary Clinton for referring to Republicans as enemies and says that this seemingly endless battle between the sides must end.
Hillary Clinton, of course, being the one who has actually the most to gain from Biden's decision. You know, I think a lot of people who would be Hillary supporters had been waiting to hear if Biden would run, because a lot of them would have very quickly thrown their hats into her ring.
Yeah, the expectation here is now that Biden's out of the picture, we're going to see some of Hillary's numbers boost up, and some of those, and the gap in between her and Bernie Sanders will certainly increase.
Will widen.
Yeah.
Likely.
All right.
But locally.
Early voting in the state constitutional amendment election is underway. Texans will soon decide on 7 constitutional amendments.
So in the weeks leading up to Election Day, we're breaking down each amendment from that very legal language that it comes on to tell you what they actually mean and what they could mean for you and your family.
Okay, so today we're talking about Proposition number 3. It's a constitutional amendment repealing the requirement that some state officials actually live in Austin, the state capital. Since 1876, some state officials have been required to live there. But if this is approved, Proposition number 3, if it's approved, the 129-year requirement will be lifted, and then officials could really live anywhere outside of Austin.
This law was originally created to solve communications issues in the 19th century. Clearly, it's not the 19th century anymore. But back then, it was difficult to communicate with officials in other counties or communities, or for officials to get back word on what was happening in Austin when needed. But now,
I mean, long story short there, it's
you don't need it.
It's easy now to do business in one place and not have to be there. Skype, internet.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
So that's going to pass, I think.
I would assume. I can't imagine too many people are going to have a big problem with that. If they do, they should give us a call. I would love to hear what they have to say about that.
That's Proposition number 3. We'll talk about the rest of the propositions throughout this week and then even into next week. All right. Let's talk about some helicopter parenting.
Helicopter parenting. It's not really a new term and certainly not a new idea, but there's a freshman at Stanford University who's noticed a disturbing trend that she's now kind of bringing to the public and talking about.
She has seen that while many students appear to be accomplished on paper, more and more are actually somewhat incapable of taking care of themselves because of this so-called helicopter parenting.
Yeah, so helicopter parenting, it's used to describe parents who are over-helping. Might be useful when it comes to things such as developing a resume or applying for college, but the idea is that helping them so much with these activities might actually rob that child of the opportunity to learn who they are or what they love and how to navigate in the world by themselves. She states that there are some tests to see if you might be a helicopter parent.
That's what we're showing there on your screen. So here's some things you can ask yourself. If you're saying "we" a lot when you're talking about your son or daughter, that may be a sign of an unhealthy relationship. Also, examine your interactions. If you're arguing with teachers, principals, coaches, umpires, that may mean that you're investing too much and not teaching kids to advocate for themselves. And finally, stop doing their homework for them. That
one seems
never had my
pretty
parents
clear.
help me do my homework.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, lucky.
Lucky. Yeah. Aren't you so glad now that they never helped you with
Right.
your homework? It's made you who you are today. So she also gives some tips to help parents allow their children to become more self-sufficient, because it must be hard. I don't have children, but I imagine you want them to be as successful as possible, and you feel like helping them along the way is the way to do it. But, you know, let them go into those situations in real life and practice those skills on their own.
And she says, let your children do chores,
Right.
because that teaches them some accountability, responsibility, which is something I think you would do even at a younger age before they get to
Sure.
high school or
I know
college.
that, cleaning out the cat's litter box really taught me a lot about
Did
how
it
I am not prepared as an adult to take care of a cat by myself, because I never want to do that again.
We still need to get you a pet.
No, someone to love.
A little shelter animal will
Yeah.
do you a lot of good.
We'll see. Pet of the week.
All right. Looking for a reason to blame your weight on your marriage? Well, here you go.
Here it is. A recent study at Johns Hopkins University shows that when your spouse starts to gain large amounts of weight, your risk for becoming obese increases. It can actually double.
There is plenty of research that links marriage and weight gain. What this new study does is it adds that couples gain weight in tandem. The study followed 4,000 couples from 1987 to 2013. They found that when one spouse gains weight, the other has the potential to gain even more.
But here's the positive thing. The study also showed that there's a correlation between spouses losing weight as well. So often when one spouse decides to get healthy and lose weight, the other spouse is inspired to do the same thing. And sure, because you have that built-in exercise partner right there.
You can flip this around, and if you have
Yeah.
one that's committed to losing some weight, joining a gym, it is sometimes easier to get them in the gym. And that I've read studies before that say if you've got trouble in your marriage or having difficulty with your relationship, one of the things that you should do is start participating in activities together. One of those being going to the gym,
Going to the gym.
exercise together, and that helps to build the healthy relationships, which then flips what we've just been talking about.
Exactly. So not all bad news there. Yeah. So it showed that one person in the couple usually takes the lead when either gaining weight or losing weight.
I buy into this, by the way. Relationships do equal weight gains. Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I know I can't cook, so if I'm in a relationship, somebody else
You just
is
need
making-
somebody to cook for you.
Exactly.
There you go.
Immediate weight gain.
Gentlemen, you now know the secret to her heart.
That's it.
All right.
Ain't
We're
shy.
going to do much more. We're going to be talking about breast cancer and what breast density
Mm-hmm.
has to do with that conversation coming up in our house call, and another look at the forecast right after this.